Today I'm putting 32 all-time teams into the NFL, and I couldn't be more excited. 50-plus man rosters for all 32 teams, jam-packed with legends and current-day stars. And trust me, everybody is here. All the greatest all-time great QBs are present and accounted for. Every single beastly back in NFL history is ready to pound the rock. We'll surely see some records shattered by one of our countless Hall of Fame receivers, and go ahead and name a game-changing defensive weapon. I guarantee you they're on this roster as well. Dude, I've even got 300-plus O-line legends just for you real sickos out there. And the absolute best news, this roster you're about to see me use, it's available to download on console, PlayStation, Xbox, doesn't matter. Just punch in this information and fire it up for yourself. Now, I'm not trying to gas myself up too much with this roster, but yeah, I actually bought a PC laptop specifically to create this roster and other Madden content. So not only did I spend just an obscene amount of time making this roster for this video, I also spent some money too. So I really hope this video does well. Now, just a quick couple comments about the roster as I scroll down the insane 99 overall club. The base for this roster was created by a couple members of the Madden modding community. I did not create this entire thing completely from scratch. I just wanted to mention that. I will admit to being slightly lazy at a certain point when editing this roster. I didn't make sure every single new legend has the correct commentary track, so I suggest if you are going to use this roster, turn off commentary in game. Otherwise, it might get a little bit frustrating. Also, speaking of frustration, I know for a fact that you watching this video will disagree with at least one player rating you see on this roster. I really did try my best, dude. So much research. I spent like months on Football Reference. I haven't seen my family in weeks. It really became a problem. You can respectfully let me know down below in the comment section if I screwed up a player rating that's just egregious. You know, just be nice about it down below. But with all that being said, I can't wait to get into this video. I know we're gonna get at least 2 or 3 truly legendary moments. What do you got, Patrick? You got X Factors everywhere. Travis Kelce down there somewhere. Oh my gosh, right on cue. Are you kidding me? Tyreek, he's gone. The one guy on the field you have to... Wow, all them Hall of Famers could not keep up with Tyreek. This is it. This is it. The pass rush does not get there. Staubach finds Jason Witten and he gets his feet in bounds. Toward the end zone. He did it! That's his other legend receiver who he hits on an absolute bomb in the clutch. And it's impossible for me to scroll through the entire roster, every little bit of detail, but we're going to take an overarching look at each team. The Chicago Bears, obviously, their defense is the highlight. 399 overall middle linebackers. The Bears famously not a great QB destination in their history. Maybe Caleb changes that one day. Their running back room, though, yeah, Walter Payton and Gale Sayers, hopefully they can carry. They look electric. The all-time Cincinnati Bengals, not the strongest team, pretty good offensive line, a couple pretty good weapons for Joe Burrow or Boomer Esiason, whoever they decide to start. Buffalo has a lack of top-end talent. Like, I thought it was going to be a little bit better, if I'm being honest. Josh Allen, their greatest QB ever, currently playing for the team. And Brad, this running back room, I mean, what can you say about it? Absolute murderer's row. The Denver Broncos look amazing, dude. Just, I mean, so much top-end talent, and they've kind of got 1 or 2 pieces at like every single position. Being specific, their secondary is insane. This is just their cornerbacks too. Their safeties look amazing as well. The all-time Cleveland Browns, a really old franchise, so yeah, they should be pretty good. Obviously, some great pass rushers like Myles Garrett, Jim Brown, and a bunch of really good running backs to carry the offense. The all-time Bucks, all about defense. Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch, Rondé Barber. Actually, where are the offensive weapons? If the defense can carry, Tampa Bay could make a run. Another team that's really heavy on their secondary pieces, the all-time Cardinals, Larry Wilson, Aeneas Williams, Patrick Peterson. Larry Fitz is low-key their only offensive weapon, though I don't know if it'll work. The all-time Chargers are a really fun team. They stick out to me. Antonio Gates, LT LaDainian Tomlinson, offensive weapons, Junior Seau. You've got Eric Weddle. It's, you know, fun. I don't really know how else to describe this team. The all-time Kansas City Chiefs, at this point in the video, definitely the best team we've seen, like far and away. Look at this 99 club. I couldn't believe it as I was putting all these legends together. A seriously historic franchise. I mean, recently and over the course of their history. So yeah, they're going to be hard to beat. The all-time Indianapolis Colts, also a very good roster. Their offense is basically like the 2004 era Colts with Peyton, with Marvin Harrison, and with Edgerrin James. They've got a lot of pass rushing too. The all-time Commanders / Redskins franchise, a bunch of hard hitters like Ken Houston, London Fletcher, Sean Taylor. I will say another team that's seriously lacking top-end offensive talent. The all-time Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, as you might expect, they have usurped the all-time Chiefs as the new best roster we've seen. Actually, it's a pretty good competition. Emmitt Smith, Larry Allen. I mean, they've got an offensive line, they've got weapons, they've got obviously defensive pieces all over the field. Is Troy Aikman or Roger Staubach the answer at QB? That's definitely where the Chiefs have them beat. I'm not gonna lie to you, the all-time Dolphins, a little bit weaker than I thought. They won some Super Bowl championships back in the 1970s. Dan Marino's definitely gonna have to carry. They've got some good pass rushers. I guess he's got a couple receivers in here. The all-time Eagles, a really balanced team. I maybe thought they were going to come out looking a bit better. Reggie White, Brian Dawkins. I mean, that's a hard-hitting defense. Saquon Barkley, I put him on the all-time Eagles. I'm sorry, Giants fans, but it had to be done. The all-time Falcons, decently balanced, not the greatest top-end talent, but I will say probably the most fun dynamic duo, Deion Sanders and Julio Jones. I mean, your top two players doesn't get better on each side of the ball. Oh, I actually wanted to point out the Falcons. I'm starting Matt Ryan, or I made him the higher overall QB, so he'll probably start. I know Michael Vick is more fun, but Matt Ryan definitely more accomplished. This is an example of why it was really hard to do player ratings for this roster. All right, the San Francisco 49ers, another predictably amazing team, right up there with the Chiefs and Cowboys. Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. Terrell Owens is here. I forgot about that. They've got a zillion linebackers. Yeah, another heavyweight. I mentioned I didn't put Saquon on the all-time Giants. I felt like he was more of an Eagle, and man, they are definitely missing Saquon. Not a lot of offensive weapons, but the pass rush on the all-time Giants goes crazy. The all-time Jags, definitely a weak squad. I'm not really sure what to say. Not the most historic team ever. We'll see if they have fun out there. Our other New York team, yeah, not so great either. I'm sorry, Jets fans. Darrelle Revis, Larry Grantham, he's a legend. Mark Gastineau, he had a bunch of sacks one season. Yeah, this team is just not great. The all-time Lions, on the other hand, this team is great. Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, Night Train Lane, talk about an insane dynamic trio at the top of the lineup. Matt Stafford is here somewhere. They're just really deep. The all-time Packers, another all-time deep squad. We should have seen this coming. They've won a billion Super Bowls too. Charles Woodson is here. Ray Nitschke. A lot of guys I'm not familiar with that don't have face scans because they played in like the 1940s. Oh, that's really funny. Brett Favre at a 98 was listed higher when I was on all players, but when I go to QB, Aaron Rodgers is listed higher. Yeah, I'm going to let the CPU decide who to start. The Carolina Panthers, definitely not the deepest team, but their top end talent actually looks okay. Julius Peppers, Luke Kuechly. I did put Christian McCaffrey here. 49er fans might get mad at me, but you know, I think the Panthers definitely needed the help, so that's what I did. Yeah. The all-time Patriots and their 6 or 7 Super Bowl rings. How many do they have? I don't know, but Gronk is here. Tom Brady's here. Really good offensive line, I should say. Secondary's good. Defensive line is pretty good too. The all-time Raiders, my word, that is a really strong first page of legends. Obviously, they've been around forever, so it's not surprising. Rich Gannon, a 95 overall, or Ken Stabler at a 95. Will they be enough to really power the offense? Also, I couldn't decide which of their all-time great punters to put on this roster, Shane Leckler and Ray Guy. So they're both here. That's kind of fun. Okay, the all-time Rams roster, when I put it together, yeah, they're a dark horse in this video. Aaron Donald, Marshall Faulk, Eric Dicker, so many 99s. They're one of these teams, it's hard to show you everything, but they have players, they have ballers at every position. I got my eye on them. The all-time Ravens look okay, definitely anchored by their defense. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. Lamar is here. He does not have very many weapons, unfortunately. The all-time Saints look a little thin. They've got a strong offensive line. They've got Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham, but yeah, not the deepest team. My all-time Seahawks, I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to be unbiased, but they've got a really good franchise history. 2-time Super Bowl champs now. Kenny Easley, what a beast. Steve Hutchinson, Walter Jones, great offensive line. You've got my boy Sean Alexander, Steve Lorgen. Okay, I'm excited for this team. I can't lie. The all-time Steelers, my final pick as the best roster, at least on paper. Yeah, I think they're better than the Chiefs and Cowboys. Look at it. It speaks for itself. Yes, Antonio Brown's got to be a 99. I guess it's pretty defense heavy, but they do have Terry Bradshaw here at a 97 overall. Their offense should be okay. The Houston Texans, well, they have not been around very long, so yeah, this team's not very good, but a pretty fun receiver duo with JJ Watt too. The all-time Titans / Oilers franchise, not a perfect team by any means, but I do have to show you the best running back room in this video. Earl Campbell, Chris Johnson, Derrick Henry, and Eddie George. I mean, 4 of them. Why not? Last but not least, the all-time Vikings, who honestly have the top-end talent of the Steelers, Chiefs, any of those teams. Look at all these 99s. Randy Moss, Justin Jefferson, what a duo. Trust me, they're not quite as deep as some other teams, but with all these 99s, I mean, they should be able to compete. And there you go, our all-time team roster. I know we're pretty far into this video already, but I had to show you the whole thing. exciting. I spent so much time on this roster. This is going to be a nice long video. Now let's get to our season sim. Oh my goodness, I was blown away right out the gates when I saw our season sim. AFC North, the all-time Steelers finished 5-12. I just said they were the best team out here. Apparently, I don't know ball. The all-time Ravens also missed the playoffs. Lamar was mid and Ed Reed had only 2 picks, kind of a disappointment. Cleveland, however, they came through. Jim Brown leading the way. He finished top 5 in the league in rushing. While unsurprisingly, the Bengals passing offense was unstoppable. Joe Burrow was a monster while Chad Johnson and Jamar were the best receiver duo in the league. Yeah, so the all-time Steelers, the best team on paper, they finished last in their division. So obviously we're going to get some chaos here. In the AFC South, the Titans ground game couldn't carry them and they went 7-10. The Jaguars actually performed decently. They had a pair of 1,000-yard receivers, but did miss the playoffs. Also just missing the cut was Houston, despite Deshaun Watson actually having a great season, Andre Johnson being an alpha, and JJ Watt being a force. That left the all-time Colts to limp into the playoffs. Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison carried the team on their back. Not exactly the most inspiring regular season, but they made the playoffs, and ultimately that's all that matters. Now they can make a run. In the AFC East, Josh had a pretty mid-season. O.J. Simpson couldn't carry the Bills, and they went 6-11. The all-time Jets were predictably average. Joe Namath was decently productive, at least. Miami did make the playoffs. Paul Warfield and Mark Clayton were 1,000-yard-plus receivers each, while Cam Wake and Jason Taylor were the most dominant defensive duo. And finally, it wasn't pretty at 9-8, but Tom and Gronk did lead the all-time Pats to the playoffs as well. I'm not sure what to say about that. 9-8, I feel like that's kind of a letdown for the all-time Pats. In the AFC West, LaDainian Tomlinson was productive as expected, but the all-time Chargers were just really bad. Rich Gannon had a pretty average season based on all his receiving talent, and the all-time Raiders narrowly missed the playoff bar. Mahomes and Tyreek Hill back together was simply electric. 24 touchdown catches for Hill, insane. The Chiefs went 12-5, while topping the division was Denver. Terrell Davis, a league-leading 1,657 yards on the ground, also ran for 15 touchdowns. And that is a division. The Chiefs and the Broncos, 2 powerhouses. We love to see it. Let's get to the NFC. In the North, another massively disappointing team, the all-time Packers. What? Favre started at QB. I mean, he was fine, but Green Bay was not. Additionally, the all-time Bears missed the playoffs. Walter Payton was productive. Brian Urlacher was good, but it wasn't enough. Minnesota, meanwhile, did make the cut thanks to Randy Moss and Justin Jefferson being an untouchable receiving duo, while the all-time Lions won 13 games thanks to their electric offense. Stafford played mistake-free. Barry Sanders finished second in rushing, while Megatron was Megatron. But seriously, these teams that are bad, I mean, the Steelers, the Packers, just the most OG franchises that, whatever, Madden's gonna do what they do. In the NFC South, the all-time Saints were simply terrible. Drew Brees, yeah, massive disappointment. Atlanta was one of 3 playoff teams, though. Matt Ryan was the right call over Michael Vick at QB. Julio Jones caught 23 touchdowns, insane, although primetime Deion Sanders was a bit underwhelming. The all-time Bucks had the 3rd best defense in the league thanks to Warren Sapp's gravity, and they made the playoffs. While the biggest positive shock in the league, the all-time Panthers, what in the world? Julius Peppers was a monster. McCaffrey was a one-man show as per usual. They won 14 games. I feel like if I re-simulated this league 10 times, the Panthers would miss the playoffs in 9 of them, but you know, let's go, I guess. In the NFC East, Washington couldn't get anything done offensively, and the defense was a sieve. The Eagles were also shockingly bad. Randall Cunningham was pretty good. I'm actually not sure how they only won 6 games. Also only winning 6 games, the all-time Giants. Lawrence Taylor was supposed to be a game wrecker, but didn't really come through. That did leave the all-time Cowboys, though, to make the playoffs. Roger Staubach was a strong general at QB. Emmitt Smith was 3rd in the league in rushing. 11-6 they finished. Maybe the most disappointing division overall. I mean, come on, the Eagles, all of them being bad? That's so weird. And finally, in the NFC West, Larry Fitzgerald was the only bright spot on a weak all-time Cardinals team. Dude, the all-time Niners missed the playoffs. Brutal. Jerry Rice was awesome too. Somehow their defense flopped. I do not get it. Oh no, my Seahawks were mid too. An 8-9 record despite a strong season from my GOAT, Sean Alexander. The all-time Rams though, they were the real deal. Wow, a 15-2 record. They had the best offense and defense in this simulation. All their premier legends came through. Yeah, what a team. Honestly, our league was pretty tightly contested except for the Rams. Like, they are head and shoulders above every other team, but that was only the regular season sim, so we'll see how it plays out. I tried to shout out as many standout performers as possible in that little recap, but here's the league leaders. Kurt Warner, 4,850 touchdowns, led the league in both stats. Mahomes, Brady, Ryan, Stafford, Mark Brunell. Okay, the Jags weren't very good, but he was productive. Deshaun Watson, 47 touchdowns. Well, you missed the playoffs. Peyton Manning was good. Joe Burrow. Honestly, basically every legend QB came through. So many 4,000 yard passers. Yeah, if you didn't hit the 4,000 yard mark, I mean, Lamar, what are you doing? Rushing leaders, not as gaudy as you might think because our passing numbers were up, but Terrell Davis, what a season. The leading rusher by a mile, then Barry Sanders, then another big gap. Emmitt Smith, Sean Alexander, Jim Brown rounding out the top 5. You've got Doug Martin, that's so sweet. Jamal Lewis from the Ravens. LT had 19 rushing touchdowns. Too bad the Chargers were terrible. OJ is up there. Falk and McCaffrey probably did a lot of work receiving too. Marcus Allen, Adrian Peterson, kind of a disappointing year, but the Vikings were good, so I guess, yeah, he did his thing. And yeah, rounding out the 1,000-yard rushers, I should say, is, yeah, well, you see it right there. I cannot talk anymore. Let me also just say shout out to Bo Jackson. He was the backup running back behind Marcus Allen, but he had 11 rushing touchdowns for the Raiders. That's so fun. He must have been their goal line back only. In the receiving game, it was all Tyreek Hill in the sim. 1,800 yards. I mean, 24 touchdowns is outrageous. Torrey Holt also had 24, but 1,800 yards for Tyreek. You see some other monster seasons here. Vincent Jackson, shout out to a legend. Brandon Marshall, 23 touchdowns. Calvin Johnson and Chad Johnson back-to-back. Chad had 23 touchdowns. So did Julio. I mean, the numbers are outrageous. Steve Smith had 21. Yeah, the Panthers trying to make a surprising run. Rob Gronkowski, easily our best tight end. Our sack leader on the season, this is so random. Tony Brackens. He's like a 94 overall. Like, I don't know who Tony Brackens is. He made a couple Pro Bowls in his career. Sure, Cameron Wake is there. Aaron Donald, Javon Curse, Geno Atkins, Jason Taylor, Julius Peppers. Honestly, a pretty good mix of like legends you would think about. JJ Watt is up here, and also some random names because the Madden sim, I mean, yeah, it's pretty unpredictable. Obviously, because we have so many 99 overall QBs, our interception numbers are pretty low. I was expecting to see Deion Sanders with like 10, but nah, 3, 4, 5, that's the most. Shout out to Lamar Parrish. Just because I spent the time creating legend kickers for this roster, I will shout out Justin Tucker. Oh boy, that's a bit problematic, but yeah, anyways, Olindo Mare, Adam Vinatieri, John Casey, all over 90%, the best kickers in our league. And finally, kick returns, only 2 touchdown kick returns in our season sim. Bill Bates of the Cowboys, but Devin Hester of the Bears. I actually had him returning kicks for the Bears, and it worked out. That's so fun. Also fun, we had 5 punt return touchdowns, including Calvin Johnson, Deshaun Jackson like he did in real life, and Bo Jackson. See, that's just, I'm glad I looked at the special teams numbers. There's some fun stuff there. In the last order of business, before we finally get to the playoffs, I came up with all pro teams for our league sim. Yeah, I'm not messing around. Let me show them to you. All pro first team, absolutely loaded on offense, as you'd expect. Kurt Warner and his league-leading passing numbers gets the nod at QB, while 21 total TDs got LaDainian Tomlinson a spot, Terrell Davis, the other running back, to receive honors. The battle for all-pro wide receiver spots was crazy. Tyreek Hill and Torrey Holt, well, they were no-brainers, 24 touchdowns apiece. I gave Brandon Marshall the 3rd spot as he hauled in 23 touchdowns, had an amazing season. Gronk was in a class of his own in terms of tight ends in this timeline, while the O-line features Jordan Mailata from the Eagles, Marcus Cannon from the Pats, Ryan Khalil from the Panthers, Bob Freilich from the Falcons, and Ron Yeri from the Vikings. Yes, I did dive into offensive line stats. That was hard. All-Pro first team defense is also sick to look at. Tony Brackens, Cameron Wake, and Julius Peppers were the 3 most dominant edge rushers this season, while Aaron Donald and Warren Sapp were bona fide game wreckers as well. Willie McGinnis was an awesome pass rusher from the linebacker position, while Brian Urlacher did a little bit of everything for the Bears. Also from the all-time Bears, Charles Tillman. He was joined by Charles Woodson, Lamar Parrish of the all-time Bengals, Kenny Easley, and Tyrann Mathieu as all-pro first-team secondary members. What did I just say? Tyrann Mathieu? It's in my head now. I'm not even going to correct it. And finally, special teamers, all-pro first team, Justin Tucker from the Ravens, Ray Guy from the Raiders, Devin Hester from the Chicago Bears, and Bo Jackson as punt returner. I kind of feel like the all-time Bears were big winners on all-pro first team. I didn't even do that intentionally. I mean, they missed the playoffs, but they had some standout performers. A quick look at the All-Pro second team, Matt Stafford and Barry Sanders. From the all-time Lions, Emmitt Smith is there, Jerry Rice, Marvin Harrison, Chad Johnson, an insane trio of wide receivers. Mark Andrews and the O-liners, as you can see there, Jason Taylor and Justin Houston among the defensive line nods. My guy Richard Sherman makes the cut in the secondary, Adam Vinatieri and Pat McAfee, look at that, among the special teamers. But at long last, yeah, we are deep into this video. It is time to get to the playoff sim. In case you can't remember my season recap, here's the playoff teams. Denver and the Rams each get a 1 seed, a 1st seed bye. Yeah, we just got to get into it, man. Let's go. Up first, we've got the all-time Bengals versus all-time Browns. Okay, well, that got ugly very quickly. Shout out to the all-time Bengals. Joe Burrow was amazing. 321-3, a couple interceptions for Otto Graham. The Bengals receiving room is unreal. AJ Green, Chad Johnson, Jamar kind of had a mid-game. He was their 3rd receiver. Are you serious? The 2 seed versus 7 seed matchup in the NFC, Panthers Vikings. Dog, the Panthers are really built different. Opening the scoring, Cam Newton running it in, sneaking it in, whatever. Oh my gosh, Cam to Machine Muhammad, 54-yard touch. They're up 3 scores in the second half. Okay, now it's just getting over the top. Cam to DJ Moore. Get on the all-time Bills, DJ Moore. What are you doing here? I mean, seriously, we're 2 for 2 on blowouts. In the all-time Panthers, I was sleeping. Cam Newton, 355-3, outplaying that fraud Tarkenton. Yeah, I called him that. And look at that. Madden actually let Cam be a little mobile. 35 yards rushing and a TD. We love to see it. Unfortunately, the tandem of Greg Olsen and Machine Muhammad overshadowed Justin Jefferson. Randy Moss, 3 catches. That's it, my guy. We move on. All-time Patriots against all-time Dolphins. Great matchup. Okay, we are in the 4th quarter of this game. The Patriots have a lead, but Tom Brady was just picked off by a man named Dick Anderson, and the Dolphins shortly thereafter turned it into points. Ricky Williams punching one in, and after forcing a 3-and-out, the Dolphins, I mean, they can just bleed the clock. The all-time Patriots are out of timeouts. We're getting an upset here. I don't want to jinx it, but I think it's happening. At the 2-minute warning, 1 first down ends this game. Even if they don't get it, the Dolphins, I mean, it's going to take a miracle. I know Tom Brady has that black magic, but Ricky Williams reaches for the first. Ricky Williams with the game-winning eventual game-winning touchdown, seals it with a tough first down run right there. Wow. Dan Marino comes in and frame mogs Tom Brady and the all-time Patriots. I don't know what I just said. I might have to edit that out. Oh no, I'm not in with the Gen Z slang specifically, but I think I nailed it. 405-3. Dan Marino did something to Tom Brady. Do we get an upset in the NFC? Lions Falcons, the 3 versus 6 seed matchup. Hey, I mean, the 6 seed all-time Falcons are on the board first. Matty to Julio. That's beautiful. And another one, Matt to Julio. The Falcons are up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Lions fans, it might be over. A garbage time touchdown by the Lions. An onside kick attempt fails. It's over. The all-time Falcons walk into Detroit. Wow. How did they shut down that offense? Matt Ryan played an amazing game, 256-4. I mean, he did throw 2 picks. It was an eventful game, but Matt Stafford not able to do enough. On the ground, Barry Sanders averaged 6.1 a carry, but only got the 10 carries. Andre Rison, 114-1. Julio Jones had a couple touchdowns. Calvin was held in check. He continues to not show up on the stat sheet, but I'm just going to assume Deion Sanders was, would he have been on Calvin? He's so much shorter. I don't know, but the Falcons win. We move on to our 4-5 matchup in the AFC, all-time Colts versus Chiefs. What a battle. Oh wow, I was expecting a battle down to the wire. Peyton to Reggie Wayne. The Colts go up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It might be over. Oh my goodness. The Colts attempted a 61-yard field goal. Mike Vanderjagt, he misses. The Chiefs were able to quickly turn that into 3. Oh boy, Indy, don't choke now. Oh no, the Colts went 3 and out. Mahomes and the Chiefs have a chance. A 6-point deficit. Their offense obviously has not gotten going this game. Whew, that was deflected. That pass was incomplete. All right, what do you got? What do you got, Patrick? You got X factors everywhere is what you've got. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce down there somewhere. Oh my gosh, right on cue. Are you kidding me? Tyreek Hill, he's gone. He's gone. I think he's got that rack X factor. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. Right on cue. The one guy on the field you have to, you can't, wow. All them Hall of Famers could not keep up with Tyreek. You know what? I'm going to spin this as positive for the all-time Colts. Edgerrin James is going to pick pick up a few yards. Good, tough running there. The Colts were left with a lot of time, and all they need is a field goal. Mike Vanderjagt did just miss a clutch field goal, but oh, they're going to get him closer. Reggie Wayne breaking a tackle. It took them like 30 seconds to score. Peyton, just don't make a mistake now. Just play safe. Are they just going to run it now? They're giving it off to Edgerrin James, who's safe and sound. The Chiefs use their final timeout. I don't think they can get the ball back regardless. Why are you dropping back to pass? If this is an incomplete, if this is nothing, never mind. I will stop. Did the Colts just take a timeout? Oh no, Madden might be trying to screw over the Colts right here. I don't know why they're doing this. Peyton Manning, all right, to the end zone, touchdown. I think that's, yeah, T.Y. Hilton. That was easy. Brittany Mahomes and Taylor Swift are watching from high above field level, and they're going to be in tears here in a second. Despite the heroics to Tyreek Hill 2 possessions ago, the Colts came through in the clutch and will end it with a Dwight Freeney sack. I know this was the 4 seed versus 5 seed matchup, so it's not a crazy upset, but the all-time Chiefs being taken down does feel kind of momentous. And we'll wrap up Wild Card weekend with the all-time Cowboys versus all-time Buccaneers Tampa. Can you really do this? Dog, if we lose the all-time Chiefs, then the all-time Cowboys, we already don't have the Steelers or Packers. All of our winningest franchise, we lost the all-time Patriots. All of our winningest franchises ever might be gone by the first round of the playoffs. The Bucs take a lead. Oh my gosh, the Bucs take a 2-score lead. I don't even know, like, I could not have scripted this if I tried. I would have thought it was too much. All these heavyweights getting upset. Unreal. I don't understand how the Madden sim works. The Dallas Cowboys team, nonsense, man.
12 seconds later.
Oh, Buccaneer fans, look away. I just reverse jinx. I'm sorry. Everyone who hates the Cowboys, I'm sorry. Michael Irvin just caught 3 touchdowns in the span of like 15 minutes during this game. Yeah, I've never seen that before. Okay, the Bucs might just be surviving my all-time severe reverse jinx. They kick a field goal with 3.5 minutes left. Did they have one more stop in them? Their unbelievable pass rush just sacked Roger Staubach. It's 3rd and 18. This might be the final 2 plays of the all-time Cowboy season. Please, somebody cover Michael Irvin. That CeeDee Lamb, obviously well short of the sticks. 4th down. 3 timeouts. The Cowboys could use a timeout right now. This is it. This is it. The pass rush does not get there. Staubach finds Jason Witten and he gets his feet in bounds. I think we're heading towards overtime in this game. The Bucs probably missed their shot. Nobody covered Michael Irvin on 3 straight touchdowns. I don't even know what to say. Staubach gets it off. He finds the aforementioned Irvin. I guess the Cowboys might go ahead and just win this game right now. If I would have just kept it in the Super Sim menu, maybe this wouldn't have happened, but we had to witness this collapse. I think that's Jay Novacek in for a touchdown. Doug Williams, a former Super Bowl MVP, I believe with Washington though, completes another no way. Are you kidding me? What? He literally just handed the ball to the Dallas defender. All right, then. That was a truly devastating loss. I can't believe how badly I reverse jinxed the Bucs. That is so crazy. I didn't even register. One of those Michael Irvin touchdowns was a 65-yard rush, plus 9 catches for 174 yards and 2 through the air. If somebody wants to run the PPR fantasy scoring numbers on that, what? I mean, that was an absolutely adventurous wild card weekend. The Broncos and Rams as the 1 seed will join the playoffs now. We've got some upsets, some Cinderella stories brewing. We've also got some heavyweights still in the mix. And we'll start with the heaviest of heavyweights, the 1 seed Rams taking on the Falcons. Oh, this is a close game, but the all-time Rams showing why they won 15 games, take a lead midway through the 4th quarter. The Falcons with an answer though, Matt Ryan to Algie Crumpler. Can their defense come through with one more stop? What? No way. Kurt Warner picked off by Claude Humphrey. He's a defensive end. Are you serious? The Falcons take over on the plus side of the Rams logo. You know what I'm saying? In plus territory. Why do I keep saying the word plus? I don't know. I'm so nervous the Rams might actually lose. There's still way too much time left though. I mean, the Falcons would need to bleed clock and score a touchdown for this game to be completely over. Matt Ryan across the middle. Dropped. Are you kidding me? Dude, that was right in Roddy White's breadbasket. You got to target Julio Jones right here. He's running out of the slot on the bottom part of the screen. Matt Ryan, protection, holding up. Matt Ryan, oh my gosh, he's going deep. and Julio had his hands on it, but can't come down with a jump ball. And now the Rams take back over. Oh, it's right there for the all-time Falcons. The Rams, though, I mean, obviously not an unbeatable force. They nearly lost this game, but I think it's over. Indeed, the Falcons did never get a chance with the ball back. The Rams, I mean, only a 3-point win, though. That's not exactly awe-inspiring. Kurt Warner, 345 and 2, but he did throw 2 picks. Matt Ryan was good this simulation, but Marshall Faulk was 78 yards, 6 a carry, 2 touchdowns. Finally, we have a legend running back kind of carrying his team. To the AFC we go, the 2-seed Bengals taking on the 4-seed Colts. Oh my goodness. I mean, to me, this just doesn't make sense. The all-time Bengals, yeah, their roster's not this good. Dog, look at that receiving duo. That is what I was looking for. Chad Johnson, Jamar Chase. Yo, that is insane. They both came through. And let me stop disrespecting Geno Atkins, a game wrecker on the interior. Ken Riley, their stud cornerback, 2 interceptions. Look at that. The all-time Bengals making a run. I'm just saying the all-time Dolphins have already had one momentous playoff moment. They upset the all-time Patriots. They are warm. They are in a flow. The Broncos off the bye. Well, they will open the scoring. John Elway to Demaryius Thomas. RIP to a legend. Oh my goodness. I missed both of these in the Super Sim menu. Paul Warfield, a 70-yard touchdown catch from Dan Marino. Then Paul Warfield, an 80-yard... Dude, the big plays are going crazy for the Dolphins right now. It's a close game, but wow. Oh no. Dennis Smith, safety for the Broncos with an INT, and it's an important one. It sets the Broncos up in, well, yeah, pretty advantageous field position. Terrell Davis in for 6. They were set up at the 2-yard line after that pick. Dan Marino, what were you doing? The good news is it's not over. Out of the 2-minute warning, the Dolphins, I mean, they got plenty of time. They've got 3 timeouts. Can Dan Marino make it happen? Ricky Williams gonna bust a tackle. That is a first down. They are into plus territory, and we know Dan Marino has had some big play magic in this game. Paul Warfield, he's down there somewhere. Oh, he did it! He did it! Is that... No, that's his other legend receiver who he hits on an absolute bomb in the clutch. Mark Clayton. Dude, Dan Marino is built different. Are you kidding me? They had 2,000-yard receivers in the regular season sim. Paul Warfield, Mark Clayton, both those guys connecting with Dan Marino in an insane way in the playoffs. The problem is, the Dolphins got to stop the Broncos offense now. Can't even surrender a field goal. The clock is ticking. Denver has timeouts. John Elway looks calm, looks poised. Can the Dolphins make a play? They've got pass rushers to burn. Oh, that's too easy. I would say, relatively speaking, the Dolphins secondary is not that great, but with Jason Taylor and Cam Wake, both of them had like 15 plus sacks during the regular season sim. Can they get after John Elway right here, right now? He's motioning players. That's too easy. Just a quick hitter. That touchdown pass from Dan Marino was so sick, but his interception with just under 3 minutes left. I mean, that is the defining play of this game. The clock is going to grind down here. I believe it's Jason Elam, the kicker for the all-time Broncos, not even getting ice. That's a chip shot. And even though there was some heroics and some sweat and stress down the stretch, it ends up being a victory for the Broncos. Paul Warfield, 5 for 180 and 2. Mark Clayton, 4 for 67 and 1. Literally 2 weapons for Dan Marino, and he almost made it happen. Alas, we're left with just one divisional round matchup, the Panthers and Cowboys. Are you kidding me, Carolina? It is raining buckets here in North Carolina. Can the Panthers, oh my word, they just marched downfield. They just went through the Cowboys defense like a sieve. Dude. Okay, neither team is playing defense here in the rain. The Panthers retake a lead. McCaffrey in for 6, but the Cowboys get it right back. Roger Staubach to Jason Witten. He keeps making big plays. A huge play down the stretch by Luke Kuechly for the Panthers, knocking a pass away from the 8-yard line. The Cowboys are going to settle for a field goal. They take the lead, but Kuechly saved a touchdown. And now the Panthers are into plus territory. They're down 3. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left. They can win this game. Cam Newton doesn't complete it. That's tough. That's tough. Don't tell me I jumped in just to watch the Panthers lose on 2 straight plays. McCaffrey's in the backfield. Steve Smith is out wide. Greg Olsen is somewhere as well, I think. Is Greg Olsen not on the field? Cam Newton gonna take off. There's a flag? Okay. What's the flag holding? On the offense. Oh no. Oh no, that's game. Wow. What an anticlimactic. They accept the penalty. Dallas, you cowards. You should have given them another shot. No, they shouldn't. On third, then fourth down, Cam Newton and the Panthers could not make it happen. The Cowboys end up holding on, a tight victory. Good run by the all-time Panthers, honestly. But in the end, I guess we needed one traditional powerhouse franchise onto the Final Four. It is the all-time Cowboys taking on the Rams. Broncos, Bengals? I mean, I gotta think the Super Bowl champ will come out of the NFC here. But of course, I also don't know anything, as proven during this video. Anything can happen. It's Madden. Let's get to it. And we'll go ahead and start with this amazing NFC Championship battle. I don't know which way I'm leaning. The Rams have settled for 3 field goals to start this game, but the Cowboys, they haven't even made it past midfield. And that continues as Roger Staubach throws an interception. The Rams quickly turn it into 7. Cooper Kupp in for the score. I mean, the Cowboys have shown nothing this game. It might be over. Did I seriously just reverse jinx them again? Have I learned nothing? The Cowboys are on the board. Goodness, there it is. The big playability, the greatest show on turf connection. Kurt Warner to Torrey Holt. I don't know. I don't think I reverse jinxed anything. The Cowboys Staubach to Michael Irvin. We're going to get a good finish. This is a banger. Late in the game, CeeDee Lamb, a 1-yard touchdown pass. They punched it in with the 2-point convert and tied the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we have overtime. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes overtimes get crazy in Madden, so I'm going to do a lot of simulating. What Cam Curl. He's like an 83 overall. No way he just made the play of the video. Are you kidding me? The Cowboys took possession. Staubach throws an interception to the backup strong safety, I think, on the all-time Rams. Why don't they just kick a field goal and end it? Kurt Warner trying to rub it in. I know ball, right? A field goal would end this game right now. I think Madden just, they don't know how to do overtime. Do not throw an interception, Kurt Warner. Do not. It's Marshall Falk on a perfectly timed screen pass, and I think that's it. Indeed, it is. The Rams didn't need to be doing all that. They could have just kicked a field goal after the interception, but why not let Kurt Warner and Marshall Falk go to work? It was an unreal QB duo. Warner had 322 and 3, a perfect game. Roger Staubach threw 4 touchdown passes, but also 2 picks. I mean, just so much Hall of Fame talent on both these teams at receiver. Torrey Holt, 112 and 1. Michael Irvin, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns, but that somehow wasn't enough. Cam Curl, 85 overall. Why was he even on the field? I don't know about that, Madden, but I guess you know what you're doing. The all-time Rams are off to the Super Bowl, where they'll face either the Broncos or Bengals. I will continue to doubt the all-time Bengals, but maybe they come through one more time. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I think both these teams are playing for second place to the all-time Rams, but obviously anything can happen. The Broncos open the scoring, and the Broncos add another entering the fourth quarter. The all-time Bengals can't get their bat off the shoulder in this one. It ends up being a blowout. Pretty anticlimactic at this point in the video, but I hate to say it, I kind of saw it coming with the Bengals. Definitely the best defensive performance we've seen in this video. 148 for Joe Burrow. Wow. On the ground, Corey Dillon had 10 carries and 7 yards. Denver turned it up. Maybe they can beat anybody with that defense, I guess. Obviously, Chad Johnson, Jamar Chase completely held in check. Von Miller, Trevor Price, Elvis Dumerville, everybody getting it done. Champ Bailey, their leader on defense with a pick. The all-time Broncos want to win this thing, ladies and gents. And I guess it just had to be all that nonsense we went through in the playoffs just to get the 1 seed from the AFC and the 1 seed from the NFC in the Super Bowl. Let's go. That's greatness, ladies and gents. But just before we get to the Super Bowl, one final piece of business this video. NFL honors. We got to reveal the 3 major award winners from our timeline. We don't really care about rookies, so whatever. Winning Defensive Player of the Year, in a bit of a surprise to me, Tony Brackens of the all-time Jags. I mean, he did lead the league with 20 sacks, to be fair. 15 TFLs, also impressive, but, you know, not the flashiest name to win a major award. On the other side, winning Offensive Player of the Year, Tyreek Hill of the all-time Chiefs. Yeah, this one makes more sense. A league-leading 1,834 receiving yards, 24 touchdowns. I mean, that's really an all-time season. And finally, taking home MVP, no surprise here either, Kurt Warner from the all-time Rams, ahead of his Super Bowl appearance. He led the league with just over 4,800 yards passing, 50 touchdowns through the air, was also the best. He takes home his 3rd career MVP award. And now Kurt Warner, with that MVP in his trophy cabinet, has his Rams in the Super Bowl, obviously with morale boosts and player progression. Yeah, their roster looks stupid. That's so many 99s. Madden does that no matter what. So yeah, definitely way better than their base base roster. No weaknesses. I don't even know what to point out here, but can Kurt Warner finish the job? He'll be going up against the equally as loaded Denver Broncos. Look at all their 99s. We just saw them with an absolutely suffocating defensive performance. Honestly, both these teams kind of look identical, right down to having a 99 overall quarterback. I think it goes without saying, well, because I've mentioned it a bunch of times, but I put so much time into making this video. I know it's a long video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it and are still watching. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I hope we end it with a banger of a Super Bowl matchup. What a journey this has been. Let's get to it. The Denver Broncos defense coming to play again, holding the Rams scoreless through a quarter. John Elway has them on the board with a touchdown. Oh, there it is. Finally, the Rams able to break through late in the first half. Kurt Warner to Torrey Holt. They connected so many times during this season, Sim. Oh no, on the ensuing possession, John Elway threw a really untimely interception. The Rams a chance to go 2 for 2 late in the first half. Marshall Faulk brought down though. That's a big tackle. The Rams obviously stopped the clock. 3rd and goal. One more stop here for the Broncos. I think the Rams might be in 4-down territory. It doesn't matter. Is that Torrey Holt again on the receiving end of another Kurt Warner touchdown pass? Dude, it's the Rams defense coming to play. A negative 2-yard rush by Floyd Little for a TD. That's a visual glitch. The Rams just forced a safety. In addition to the 2 points, they also get a bonus possession. They're at 3rd and 19 here, but they're in field goal range unless the Broncos can push them back with a sack. I figured we'd jump in to watch this play. It might be super important. They do indeed get to Kurt Warner. Wow, Von Miller. That was timely. I really called that. But immediately the Broncos get ball back and go 3 and out. Their defense, man, that was a massive stop and they can't capitalize. This might be game right here. This drive might end the game. The Rams are absolutely marching. Wait a minute. Back-to-back sacks by the Broncos. Kurt Warner, what are you doing? He's pulling a Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl. 3rd and 26. The Broncos defense, when it matters most, making plays. Just don't let up a deep bomb here. That would be just too much. The Broncos, by the way, out of timeouts. It's going to be a handoff to Eric Dickerson. Did he just get into field goal range? Oh my, no. The play of the video, Eric Dickerson just picked up, what was that, like 7 yards? Or no, it was more than 7 yards. The kick is up. Is it good? No, it's off. It's off. I can't even. Okay, I need to recap that sequence really quickly. The Rams were in a great, they were in field goal range. Kurt Warner took 2 straight sacks. They had a chance to end the game with a field goal if he wouldn't have done that. Denver comes out in prevent defense, allows Eric Dickerson to run for 16 yards, putting them back in field goal range as John Elway completes another pass. But that field goal was missed by Matt Gay, Super Bowl champ. And now the Broncos have they should have just punted the ball away in hindsight. John Elway has the Broncos driving. Shannon Sharp, are you kidding? The Rams have game changers on defense, including Aaron Donald, but he can't get there. Oh, what a completion. What in the world, Rod Smith? Emmanuel Sanders usually so sure-handed. It's now 3rd down, dog. This is what I wanted. I wanted a good finish. Rod Smith looks naked in the slot. Will the Rams adjust? John Elway dropping back. Look who he finds. Do I know ball or what? Rod Smith out of the slot. A potential Super Bowl winning touchdown. Unbelievable meltdown by the all-time Rams in the clutch, but they have a shot at redemption. All 3 timeouts. I mean, this might be a foregone conclusion. They need like 2 chunk plays. They need to make a field goal and it'll be over. Kurt Warner, so much time, completes a pass. Those sacks on the previous drive might have won them this game. The missed field goal and everything. Can they do it one more time? 3rd down, 2 timeouts left for the Rams. MVP Kurt Warner to the sideline, out of bounds. What? That was... Dog. Was Cooper Kupp? They didn't even review it. I guess Cooper Kupp got his feet down, the former Triple Crown winner. I thought for sure he was out of bounds. Madden might have just screwed over the Broncos. Another short completion here to Cooper Kupp. Oh, this is right on the edge. Matt Gay just missed a field goal too, but he's a good kicker. I think he's like an 87 overall. Kurt Warner dropping back. He's in trouble. The pass rush nearly got there, but Cooper Kupp holds on. Oh, that's my Seahawk legend, Cooper Kupp. 24 seconds left. I think that's it. That's it. The Broncos brought pressure, but it wasn't enough. Warner going to the sidelines. They're going to set... What? Why are they settling? What are you doing, Madden? The Rams are settling for a field goal with 19 seconds left. Matt Gay, the kick is up, and I think it's good. The kick was indeed good. They did not have to kick right there. I think it's going to be too little, too late for the Broncos. They're going to take a touchback here. Unfortunately, end of game scenarios on Madden often don't come through with a lot of sound logic. Elway hit as he throws. I mean, back and forth we go. One big play here from Denver, and they could be in field goal range, but no timeouts. They're going to need to throw a couple passes here towards the sideline. Elway again under pressure, throws a duck. The all-time LA Rams 15 wins. wins in our regular season, MVP winner at QB, Aaron Donald putting some pressure on John Elway. Yeah, it's 2 seconds left. It's gonna be over here in a moment. They were too good. We were this close to the all-time Broncos taking them down in the Super Bowl. It would have been a pretty good upset. John Elway's gonna throw up one Hail Mary. It's gonna be short. It's gonna be picked off. There you go. This roster, this video was an absolute grind, but I had a blast. I love playing with legends. I love learning more about the history of the NFL. And I feel like I did that in creating this roster and watching it play out. It was pretty unpredictable. The Rams, obviously a great roster, to be sure. But to think of all the historic loaded franchises, all these all-time teams that failed and came up short, including John Elway, I mean, credit to the all-time Rams. Once again, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. This one means a lot to me. I spent just way too much time making it. So if you made it this far, drop a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments by saying Kurt Warner is the GOAT.